Okay guys, this is my Tech LC bag. This is what I carry my low voltage tools in, voice data, some fiber stuff, and here's my everyday carry. This is a pouch that's been beat up a little bit, so what I do is I modify this, cut a hole here so the snips can go here. Snips would normally go in this middle part, and I put my screwdriver and Sharpie, my punch down, and a pencil. You can also put a pick in here, but that's what that's meant for. And this is my new pouch, so I'm gonna swap that over. This buckle right here, this clip does slip off. If it ever slips off, squirt some super glue, push it back in, let it set, and this will not come back off. So it's pretty cool. It's a non-slip, so holds your tools pretty good. Okay, back to the Tech LC. Okay, let's open this thing up. Right here I have some bits. There's my ICC quick crimp. This is that's all I use for jacks, so I got this one. It's pretty good. It was like 35 bucks, I think. Well worth it. It's set up for HD right now, and that's the EZ, and those are the jacks. So as you can see, they're a tougher sidewall. If you're gonna punch down and you're gonna break a jack, it's gonna be over here on the corners, and then it's just very, very well made. I don't have any problems with these, and very good. This is HD, so this is high density. This is for conference tables, compact spaces. Okay, back to the bag. Here's my fiber checker. It's a visual light locator. So this shoots a laser through the fiber, and this is how you identify your fibers. So this shoots for miles. Okay. Compression crimper. This is great, full metal, very strong. I had the plastic ones, they've broken on me before. This one I've never had a problem, and it just works perfect every time. Here's my breakout blue cheater, coax reamer. I think there's another reamer somewhere. Here's my 110 5-punch. Okay, some extra patch cords for my testers, plenum zip ties, spare snips for splices, pick, some Sharpies, tape, and more tape. Having white tape on a job is great. It lets you label on it. The other good thing is on big jobs, I like to buy a few packs of these because people lose these like crazy, and instead of having somebody look 20 minutes for a piece of tape that stopped them on a job, you know, rip out another one and give it to him and say, hey, keep going. Hopefully he finds that other piece later on, and yeah, it's good to buy more. Here's my toolbox, my Bose Bluetooth speaker. Let's see, what else do I have? That's for your 66 block. Plug in, turns it into a jack. Cable combs. Put the cables in here, slide it, Velcro it. It's a nice way to make everything look really clean and uniform. This is my Fluke butt set. It's pretty nice. Has all the bells and whistles. This is probably the top of the line butt set that they have right now. There's my other butt set, old, reliable. Doesn't take batteries, so it's a good thing it's powered from the line. It's got this little place to plug in. It's cool. Here's some jumper wire. Here's some this is if you have a strip screw and you need to back it out. If you're on a job and you show up and you have a screw that's stripped and you can't take it out and you're at a data rack, this will save you, and this will save time, especially if you're in a time crunch where you're doing work that has to be performed in a certain amount of time. This will save you. And here I have some spare rack keys. This side is the tester side. Here's my fiber microscope. You can actually put the fiber end on this side and inspect it for scratches or damage. Mainly use that when I'm grinding and polishing my fiber and I need to inspect that it's nice and clean and smooth. Here's my data tester. It's a Klein. I got this Klein case. The tester came with all sorts of stuff and I needed something smaller, easier to carry, so I cut this out, super glued it to the back. That's the remote. This is the tester. A cool feature that it does have is if you're plugged into, if the other side is plugged into a switch, there's noise or interference on that line. It makes it hard to tone out and hear the tone when you're trying to identify the cable. So a feature that this has is that you can actually blink the port. So you can flash the port and it will flash it at, you can set how fast it flashes or how slow it flashes, and you can identify that cable plugged into a switch. Very, very cool. It does distance, has RJ45 and a coax. I have this little bag. Basically, I have different adapters and things so I can test different cables. Here's my Fluke toner. toner and probe. So what this does is you plug this in or clip these onto a wire. And there's alligator clips in there too. I don't know if you can see them. It's a bed of nails. You can push it through the insulation on the wire and make a connection, but this is how we trace things out. And then the other cool feature this has, especially when you're troubleshooting by yourself, is, well, that's the sound that it makes. Now, if I take these and I create a short, changes the sound. Which makes it easier for me when I'm testing and trying to find good available pairs. Okay, here's my old continuity tester, which I still use from time to time in certain situations. This is the go-to. You flip this on. This is the transmitter side. This is the receiver side. And if the switch is plugged in and I plug this into a jack and power it on, the transmitter will actually transmit to the switch, and the switch will send back signal. So that makes it kind of handy when you need to identify ports that are data ports, especially if somebody unplugged a bunch of stuff and you need to get them back up real quick. This is a quick way of doing it. Okay, here's my other cable comb. This is pretty beefy. 6, 12, 18, 24. So 6, 6, 6, 6. So this is your first 6 ports, next 6 ports, next and next. This is for a 24 port patch panel. Makes it so you can comb it out and it comes out super clean. This is my HDMI tester. HDMI tester. So this comes in handy sometimes when you need to check your HDMI cable. Okay, and then this is the Toolbox. These are super cool. Okay. This is my other Vito pack. And this one carries my other crimper. And this actually has a built-in tester. Really sweet. There's my RJ 45 2-piece RJ 45 jack. And this is for Cat 6. These are awesome. Makes super great connection. Some RJ11s. Electrical tester. Okay. And I got these. These are very flat, compact, easy to carry. Holds in the wall very tight, very good. This is my go-to for cutting out mud rings. Here's the wall case. Has some of my connectors in there, coax, and BNC. They do make these. You can buy some of these really cheap, but this is actually not a cheap one. The cheap ones I found, I had to redo the ends multiple times. Troubleshooting it makes it very hard. These, I score the cable, I put this in, I compress it. It never goes wrong. So these are great. One time, boom, it's done. I don't have to spend my time trying to wonder, is it this end, that end, where the problem is, and super cool. And this is the another BNC.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, pretty good. And then here's some bridge clips. HDMI right angle, HDMI faceplate, keystone, or coupler, which is something you really don't want to do, is couple HDMI really. Some blanks, labels. Here's my fiber case. Scribes in there, some old fiber cases. My alcohol pump. Okay, and then ICC jacks, zip ties. There's my toolbox again. Okay. And then okay, well, that was a quick look. All right, talk to you guys later.